We're back with Ben Alder, partner of Alder and Lundy, to discuss the legal topic that many people are unfamiliar with, and that would be the Marchman Act. So Ben, thank you for joining us again. Welcome back.
It's good to see you again.
Absolutely. So first off, what is the Marchman Act?
So the Marchman Act is a law that Florida has that helps families or friends get their loved ones into alcohol or drug abuse treatment.
Okay, so but people can also use this on the flip side of things, right? And a few months you were here with us talking about, representing people that are using it to help their family members.
Right.
But it could be done the other way around, and people can be wrongly accused of a substance abuse. Talk about that.
So obviously I got into this work because I wanted to help people get into treatment and help the family and friends, help their loved ones get into treatment. But one of the things that I've discovered is, unfortunately, sometimes family or friends, and I use family or friends lightly in this context, they will use it wrongly to falsely accuse someone of having an alcohol or drug problem in order to gain maybe some sort of a leverage in a family law case, or I've even seen a case where somebody just didn't like their daughter's boyfriend, and they used it just as a way to, frankly, annoy her. And it's terrible to see that, but I have seen it.
You have seen that.
Yeah.
So you have represented clients from both sides in this type of act.
Right. If I think that someone has in fact been wrongly accused of having a problem with drugs and alcohol, I will take on that representation because I think it's wrong. If I think that they haven't been wrongly accused and they want me to represent them, frankly, I won't do it because I don't want to help somebody who needs to go to treatment.
Absolutely. And now you mentioned, somebody that just wants to annoy the significant other in that case, right? But who exactly has the power to enact the Marchman Act?
Well, that's an interesting question. So the state has the power to use the Marchman Act to send someone to treatment, but a family or friend files for the Marchman Act and then has to bring that person in front of the court, and the court makes the decision based on evidence in sort of a mini trial to decide whether or not their family or friend that may have the alcohol or drug problem should in fact go to treatment.
So when you're talking about the treatment, and I know you mentioned that you really want to help people, what kind of things do you tell the potential client here in terms of, I cannot do anything, this person needs to go seek treatment versus the latter?
Right, so it depends on who my client is, right? So if my client is the family or the friend that wants someone to go to treatment, then I represent them to help them in front of the court to make sure that the correct evidence is presented so that that person ultimately does go to treatment if they need it. If someone contacts me and wants to be defended against it, once I interview them and discuss it with them, I mean, I've been doing this for quite a long time, and I've been doing family law for a long time, and I kind of understand if someone may or may not have a problem even by just discussing it with them. If I think that they may well have to go to treatment, I just say, I'm sorry, I can't help you. But if I think that they have actually been wrongly accused, then I will take on that representation and I'll represent them in court to prove to the judge that they don't have an alcohol or drug problem. And sometimes that involves me explaining to the court that the reason that the person has brought the action against them is for the wrong reasons.
Right, for the wrong reasons, to take advantage of the family member in that case. Really quickly, the type of evidence that you handle in these cases to protect the person that is wrongly accused, can you talk about that?
Well, it's a mini trial, right? So the person bringing the Marchman Act to show to the court, they have to prove that someone has an alcohol or drug problem. I've seen evidence that could even be someone having taken a blowtorch to a safe to get at, an Adderall prescription. I've even seen that. So that's the kind of evidence you would show. You would maybe criminal records or proof of paraphernalia in the house. But the reverse is also true, right? If someone's been wrongly accused, then it's either one of two things. There is no real evidence, and it's just their word against the other person's word, or there is false or manufactured evidence, in which case it gets a little more complicated, and I have to actually prove that it's not real.
Wow. Well, thank you so much for coming, and of course for sharing all your knowledge about both ends of the, the situation here. Because in fact, this is something that happens in Florida. If you want to contact Ben, you may do so at the number that you see on your screen. Also, alderlundylaw.com. Thanks again, Ben.
Sure. We'll see you.